Hi, and welcome back to this week's edition of Bargain Beauty. So basically what I want to do this week is teach you what to look for in clothing. It can be a bit daunting because you're going into a place that's not like a department store. You never know what you're going to find, so you have to be careful about the things you buy. So here's just a few tips on what to look for. Okay, so for shirts, one of the things you want to look for are stains. So I suggest always check every inch of the shirt. Armpit stains, want to make sure that's not there. Also, if you have a collared shirt, a lot of times there are stains on the collar. Always make sure to check for that as well. If it is a button-up shirt, check to make sure all the buttons are on there. If you really like the shirt, it's a good name brand, and it's missing one or two buttons or the buttons are loose, and sewing buttons back on is not that hard. You can go to the hobby store and get a whole pack of buttons for maybe $1. For jackets, make sure to watch out for the zipper. Or if it has buttons, look for the buttons as well. But zippers are very tricky, and unless you're an experienced sewer, very hard to fix. But you can take it to an alteration shop if you really want the jacket, and they can fix it for you. But I suggest not buying clothes with broken zippers. So look for that. Check the insides, make sure the lining in the jacket is intact. Lining does tend to fray. Check all the seams. Also check the pockets. Make sure the pockets do not have any holes in it. This one doesn't have any holes in its pockets. And for any sort of stains. That's always important. Now knits can be a bit tricky because knits do stretch over time. So when you're looking at knits, try and find something that's relatively new, it's hardly been worn, because the elbows tend to wear out in knits. Also, don't forget to check for any stains, tears. I always go over the seams. The seams always, if there's any sort of tears or holes, you'll most likely find them in the seam. But that's not to say that it didn't have a hole cut out of it somewhere along the line, so just check over everything. Now for pants, what you want to do is make sure you check all the pockets. Sometimes if you're really lucky, you can even find some money. Cha-ching. And check the buttons. Make sure that the buttons are not about to fall off. You can get a lot of jeans where this button here is about to fall off, and they're pretty hard to put back on after that because there's a huge hole. Putting a new one on there, it's just a difficult challenge. Best not to deal with it. Check to make sure that that zipper is working. You don't want to get a pair of pants that you can't zip up. And I also always check the bottom part of the pants. Make sure that there's no fraying from where the person's been walking with their jeans and their jeans are too long and they've torn up the whole bottom of their jean, and then the jeans just look cheap. I also recommend, if you find a good fit pant, take it, get it tailored if it's too long. Maybe $5 to hem up a pair of jeans, and it's really worth it. Also check the booty area. Make sure that it's not worn out. And the knees. Basically wherever your body is bending. Same goes for any sort of shirt, sweater, jacket. You always want to make sure you're checking that part where the body bends the most. When looking for clothes, always look for more natural fabrics. Synthetic fabrics do not breathe as well as natural fabrics, and they're usually not as good quality. And so you're trying to be a trendy, fashionable, young, hip person, so look for the name brands: Banana Republic, J. Crew, Ann Taylor, The Limited, Kenneth Cole, Jessica Simpson. I'm always looking for brands like that, and I do come across them. So never go and settle with the cheaper things. Pass those up. You can get those every day in the store. You're looking for higher quality stuff. This week on my thrifting finds, I found a black dress from Kohl's. I also got a kimono silk Target dress, a Banana Republic sweater, and a pencil blue jean Gap skirt.